plus elimination, but a little bit of kind of turbulence between them. Serpent and Hype were the original Can You Translate It to Sunday. They won so many of those semifinals, and in the last week, were able to do it. I got an opportunity to actually talk with Rojo in the practice room, and he says he's excited to be here, wants to play, wants to get on the stage, and knows he'll be able to enact their game plan. He wouldn't tell me what it was, and I wouldn't leak it anyway. Though the stream duo, kind of a little bit of parody there between Vinny and Zexro, Skype battling a ton of wrist issues and then able to overcome it. And I got to speak with him as well, and he's like, I'm just happy. I'm glad I'm here, man. And there was a fantastic post he did about it.
Yeah, he had that tweet longer where he basically went through how he lost his confidence because of his wrist issue and then gained it back because of the support of all you guys at home who supported Skype through his journey. The French community doing so as well. Moving on forward, Borwin and Tux, somebody I think is very interesting because they qualified and moved through the entire, they switched duos at the last second, so same thing.
And then you have Klusha, a player who qualified as well for the solo competition, and Thomas, his partner from Singularity. And the final duo, Puz and Ming, representing from South Korea. Unfortunately, there was an Asian team who was unable to make it. Puz and Ming having won in the Week 8 qualifier where there wasn't an additional spot. And on top of that, their consistent placements earned them that alternate spot coming out of the region. We had an opportunity to talk with them and have a package set up, and let's see what they had to say.
저는 밍이라고 하고 이제 아시아에서 진출하였습니다.
저는 퍼즈라고 하고 아시아에서 진출한 사람입니다.
가장 좋은 성적을 내서 대체 선수로 뽑혀서 왔더니 이제 아시아에서 듀오 한 팀이 진출을 못해서 저희가 이제 좋은 기회를 얻게 되어서 이렇게 진출하게 되었어요.
온라인에서 상금을 이렇게 받으면서 같이 경쟁하는 게 마음에 들었다. 유럽 선수들과 해보고 싶었어요.
저도요.
게임하기 전에 이제 계속 어떻게 게임을 플레이할지 생각을 하고 보면
I mean, I can only imagine what is going through their heads. First, taking wasn't a qualification spot, and then having one of the most consistently best placements, then and finding out you're going to be competing, having a chance to represent Asia and South Korea here. Side of a zone, box themselves up and get some. It will make.
What is the preparation like going into competing at a LAN together?
Competing at LAN is definitely different. Personally, I like it more just because online is easier, but I don't know, I just like LAN more.
Fair. You can't beat the energy in a stadium like this. A lot of people are really excited and stoked to be here, and especially to see you guys play. We can't wait.
Thank you so much, Jordan. And now, just those guys, they sound excited, but that's it. Enough from us talking. The 50 best duos in the world are on the stage competing for their share of $15 million, Ball. And I mean, 6 games away from winning $3 million to the top duo.
Just think about that. 6 games, and then we'll find out who is the best duo in the world. Hands down, no question about it, the best. 6 games. We're going to do that real soon.
The duos world champions will be crowned, but that's it. The pre-show is over. Enough from us up here. We'll be breaking down gameplay later. We're going to toss it on inside to kick the show off. You guys have a good one.
It's amazing. It's like you feel, and then we just kind of watched like our names pop up on the screen. It was pretty surreal.
It was a huge sigh of relief. All the hard work we did just finally paid off. We were kind of nuts.
He finds the zone. He has to go forward though, because there's a change in elevation. He finds the first, can't find the second, and he does. He wins it. Speed left.
That is why he's a World Cup qualifier. This is it right here, the 1v1. Who is the other player in this round?
He takes what? Damage to himself, and all of a sudden it's complete chaos.
What a win! Victory Royale! GG!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from my hometown, baby, New York City. Where you at? Where you at? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. This is it, people. The moment that we've been waiting for. 10 weeks of competition leads to this. I'm your host, Golden Boy, and I couldn't be more pumped to be here because we're about to see the greatest Fortnite players in the world go up against each other in duos competition. Millions in prizing on the line, and most importantly, what's right behind me, the championship, the trophy, and the first ever Fortnite World Champion. We're gonna crown that today, and it's gonna be awesome. And I wanna know if everyone here in the Arthur Ashe Stadium, are you hyped? Are you ready? You know what? Maybe I can't do the job. I think this will do some justice.
No pain, no gain. No guts, no glory. I'm a one-man army. Ain't a one-man army. Ain't no weapon formed against me. And you already know the rest, so you know your best ain't gonna stress me. If you the best, I'm the next thing. You can do it too.
Now, I know everyone here is excited to get to the games, and we're going to do so in a little bit. The players are gearing up and getting ready to go. You know that each and every one of you inside of this stadium, you're just pumped. You've had your opportunity to go out to the festival. You've managed to meet up with your friends and enjoy some great times here in New York City. And obviously, our players are here to win a World Championship. And the good news is we have two players standing by with Jordan Fisher who are looking like they can contend for the top of the mountain.
Thank you, GB. You are a handsome man. Now, I'm going to be super honest and very forward right now when I say that I've got two of my favorite people in this stadium right now that are competing together. Two of my favorite people to play with, two of my favorite people to watch and study. We have Sean and Aiden. Aiden, one of the most dominating controller players in the world, and he's proved it time and time again. With Sean on mouse and keyboard, one of the most mechanically skilled and gifted players in all of Fortnite. Now, with this combination of one of you on a controller and one of you on mouse and keyboard, there's got to be some pretty unique strategy that you guys can pull together. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, our synergy is great. Like you said, he's one of the best mechanical players. His tunnels are insane. Like, it's just insane watching him play. And just, you know, me being an aggressive player and having good aim, we really combo together well. And I'm hoping we're going to do good.
1000%. Now, Sean, you both competed in the Pro-Am yesterday, which was a lot of fun. We all know that was a very sweaty lobby. But your thought process, your strategy going into today, tell me how that differs from yesterday and your performance there.
Well, I think yesterday was like super fast paced. You need to get kills to place well. But today we're going to go for end game, play super slow, and so we can kill it end game.
Fantastic. Well, we're all so excited to see you guys. GB, what do you have for us?
Always a pleasure to hear from the Ghost duo. They're going to look to go to the top, and they very well might do that. Now, I asked you guys earlier, I said, are you ready? So I'm going to ask you again, New York City, are you ready? Oh, no, I got to take the earpiece off. New York City, this is my hometown, and I know we can make some noise, so I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you ready? The Fortnite World Cup Finals start now. Let's send it over to your casters, Courage and Ninja.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. The Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. Everything on the line here today. My name is Jack Courage Dunlop. And well, guess what? I'm joined by a surprise guest appearance, Tyler Ninja Blevins. I am so excited for today's action. Ninja, dude, the emotion here is insane.
You have no idea, man. These guys have been playing for months, practicing, doing nothing but thinking, eating, sleeping, breathing Fortnite.
That's it, and it's all led to this. I know the nerves absolutely at an all-time high.
I'm nervous right now.
I'm just casting.
I'm not even playing.
Meanwhile, they're paying for $15 million, but it's not your normal Fortnite rules we're going to be playing today. Let's take a look at the format, catch everyone up to speed. I know a lot of new eyes will be on Fortnite competitive today. And Ninja, here's the format for points. So, this is duos. If you place in the top 15 duos in this game, they earn 3 points. Top 10, they earn 5 points. Top 5, they earn 7 points. And finally, the Victory Royale, they earn 10 points. Now, those points cannot stack, meaning in a game, you can only get a max of 10 placement points. Also, 1 point per elimination. So finding that good balance between elims and placements will be very key. Here's the prize money breakdown. And Ninja, you've been involved in competitive gaming for a long time. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No. I mean, you're looking at first place, $3 million. I mean, heck, I'd even settle for third at 1.8.
Settle for 1 point.
I'll settle. No, we've been playing. We've both been competing for a long time, and I've been competing for almost 10 years. Prize pool's never even come close to this. This is life-changing.
Yeah, absolutely mind-blowing numbers right there. Again, everyone who made it this far, $50,000 in their pocket, but their eyes are on that top 10. They want to jump up that prize money ladder. Again, we are live right now for the Fortnite World Cup Finals. There are so many talented players here today from across the world. We want to hear your thoughts on Twitter. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Really, anywhere you can use hashtags. I know we both have our predictions, though.
Absolutely.
Who
you want to go first?
No. You go first. Who for you is your standout that you're looking to see if they can take it home today?
Dude, man, I mean, I gotta give it up to Mongol and Mitro. I think they're gonna definitely close it out. They've been. I really am just super interested to see how they play. I've been watching a lot of their World Cups after they've already qualified. Hands down, one of the most aggressive duos throughout, the qualifications. But are they going to do that here? Are they going to go for placement, or are they going to still W key like they've always been doing?
That's typically been their gameplay of choice. There's a look again at Mongrel and Mitro, both qualifying from Europe. You see, last time they played, in the week they qualified, their drop of choice was Loot Lake.
Yeah.
So will that remain the same today? These early game battles, these fights for the different points of interest will be so key. You go with a European duo. Yeah. I'm picking a European duo as well. Another young squad, Mr. Savage M and Benji Fishy. Dude, Mr. Savage M is cold-blooded. Every time I met him, I'm scared of him. And they're absolutely insane, as you can see right here on your screen. We'll get those pictures fixed, don't worry. But either way, these guys are two absolute tanks. And Ninja, you've watched all these guys. Yeah. You're absolutely one of the best players in the world, but it's almost like these guys are in a class of their own.
They are, man. I mean, I've competed against some of these guys in some other online tournaments as well, and literally watching Benji just slay out an entire lobby by himself in squads it's like it's art, man. You know, what these guys do, it's art, so enjoy.
I know Mr. Savage in a public match got like 40-plus eliminations in Season 9, which is unheard of, all by himself, solo squads. There are so many ways you can watch, though, this weekend. I've been just looking at my phone already. I'm seeing a million-plus of you guys tune in. As you guys know, so many ways to watch. You've got Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere where there's live streams. Also, a new Fortnite.com/watch feature that you can go take a look at. You'll see some different individual feeds there that will be a crazy, unique way to watch Fortnite competitive for the first time. I know ridiculous arenas I think I've ever seen for an esports event.
This is literally what best of the best, all in the same lobby. All right, matches on Sunday. You're playing against, in a lobby, maybe like 4 or 5 of the teams who are actually here right now, but now this is going to be all of them in the same lobby. Every single battle is going to be the best players in the world fighting against one another. I'm excited to watch the early game when they're landing in their spots. I'm excited to watch the mid game during the rotations. I'm going to be taking notes, and you guys should too.
Yeah. Also, other things that note to take to bring up. We're going to be playing on siphon settings here, increased material forming. Do you want to explain for everyone at home exactly how that all works?
I'd absolutely love to. So unlike normal matches, when you get an elimination, all right, you're going to be granted with 50 health or 50 shield, depending on what you're missing. And that's also going to give you 1 point as well. They also drop 50 mats of each, wood, brick, and metal. So, eliminations are definitely going to pay off early game as you guys can stack up those materials.
Yep, and remember, that is when you get a full elimination, not when you knock down an opponent. Correct. So if I knock a player, you'll see in this, a lot more times teams will immediately try to finish that elimination, get the health, go pick up the materials, maybe secure some extra loot. There's a look at the lobby screen. And, Ninja, I was laughing with you earlier when the players were warming up earlier today because they got some warm-up games in. Obviously, for many of them, it's their first time in a major LAN event. They wound up going through and they were just sitting at the spawn island like they were right now. I mean, look at the build battles happening on spawn island. They're all editing. They're all aiming. None of them are just sitting still. The nerves running through them insane. The average age in today's tournament, 16 years old. Some of these guys are going to walk away with $1 million+ this weekend. At 16, what would you have spent your money on? I don't even want to know. Why not even ask that?
Probably 16, man? Just a bunch of candy and energy drinks, man. I didn't really.
So basically the same as today.
Exactly. Nothing really would change. Nothing's changed.
No, it's so much fun, man. Again, people flowing on into the venue. Looking at these duos, looking at these contested areas, right? Loot Lake has been a very hot topic.
Yeah, man.
Aiden had been landing there throughout all qualifiers. You see, Mongrel and Mitro. I've been hearing some notes about, Tilted Towers and or Neo Tilted, as it's now called, of where they're going to go. In your opinion, right now you play 6 games.
Yep.
You know how detrimental it can be to your mental state if you have one where you kind of drop right off spawn and get taken out.
Yeah.
What is your game plan here? Are you going for it? You don't care how many people land there? You just go and play your game? Or
I think
you shy away? What do you do?
No, man, these guys have been practicing. They know. They know that they're going to be contested. Yeah. They know that, and they're not, if they're intelligent players, they're going to play exactly how they've been practicing the last 10 World Cup qualifiers. They're going to go exactly where they go. They're going to push where they're going to push, and they're not going to care who it's going to be. Now, me, honestly, I'd like to say that that's how I play, but dude, in a situation like this, I think that if I saw someone contesting my drop, I'd definitely defer and try to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you have one bad game, getting over that's going to be a huge mental obstacle, right? You get knocked first. Yeah. That's going to be something that you're going to be thinking about. In the second game, the third game, oh my gosh, should we change our landing spots? And then if you're thinking like that, it's over.
Yeah, and I keep seeing you look down. You're like eagerly wanted to talk about this map. We have what the first map is going to be in front of us. But again, guys, there's so many exciting things going on in the world of Fortnite right now. One of the new limited time modes that is actually going on. Prop Hunt, we watched a little bit of it yesterday, but again, made by Stray Kite. It's a fun little hide and go seek game almost, Ninja.
Prop Hunt is the greatest thing that Fortnite has created from creative. It is amazing. It is hilarious. I mean, we were literally getting angry and but also just laughing hysterically right when we're about to make it into the incinerator and get our points. It's just so fun. I mean, you could be a toilet. You want to be anything. You want to be a pink flamingo, a bus. Go for it.
Go
dude.
for it.
Just go for it.
Yeah, we've had some fun games of Prop Hunt that we played. But again, right now, live in the gameplay for free, Prop Hunt. A little bit different than the competitive settings. Obviously, Arena, it's been talked about, Ninja. This is the most played in qualifier for a tournament ever in the history of gaming. 40 million competitors, down to the top 200. To be exact, 178 because of the double qualified players.
Right.
And that is, you can't even put in like your head just how insane those numbers are.
I think it's just important to show and let everyone know that, man. Just Epic continues to change the game. Making these qualifiers online, it just allowed so many of these kids to be here today because they've been able to play, from the comfort and safety of their home instead of traveling across the world just to qualify.
Yeah.
So I think this is one of the first times we've seen something like this, a qualifying like this, and dude, I'm just excited to watch these kids dominate the next freaking 4 hours, 6 hours. I'm ready to stay here all night.
Hey, I'm down to stay here all night. I have no problem with that. I'm sure the Arena is as well. When you talk about LAN events, right, you have so much competitive experience. You've been to so many across different games and genres. The one thing that stands out to me, though, it will never feel the exact same as it does as playing at home. So for these guys, what are some tips that you can share you think that they should kind of take into account as they're playing, maybe on LAN for the first time?
Well, do what I always tell people when they're saying, hey, Ninja, I'm going to a tournament. Any advice, right? It's, dude, do exactly what you do at home, all right? If you wear socks and, no shoes at home, that's what you're going to do. If you don't wear any socks at all or you wear sandals, you wear that. If you wear nothing but sweats and PJs when you're gaming and practicing, that's exactly what you should be wearing right now when you're competing, right?
Yep.
Don't try to change anything up. Drink what you normally drink before the games, water, energy drinks, whatever the case may be, or, eat what you're going to eat. Do not change anything up. It's very important to get in that mental state of what you do and how you've been practicing the entire time at home.
I've even heard of stuff as far as like don't change your sleep schedule and what you're gonna do for this. Like literally take it like it normally is. Now, again, we talk about how there's $30 million finals across today and tomorrow, but there's already been $3 million in prize money given away this weekend. That happened yesterday at the Creative World Cup Finals. Let's take a look.
Plays, and we're here in the player lounge right now, joined by the winners of the Creative World Cup. First of all, congratulations. Now, Scissors, how does it feel now to solidify that title?
It's kind of awesome considering I love creative mode. It's thriving, it's awesome, I love it.
Now, Tyler, did you ever believe that you guys would secure the position here today?
Yeah, I always knew we had it in the bag. We're the week 1 qualifiers. We're the most stacked team. There was no competition. Just when the last map was a death run, I knew we had that in the bag. We got some good players here. I knew Zan would clutch up, and he did just that.
You could tell he lifted the finger. He said, we need 1 coin. Just grab this coin right down here. If he can do this without being eliminated.
Here it is. The win. Oh, he missed it, but gets it with the trap trigger. You realize that one jump won this group here an extra $1 million.
It's unreal. Like, if you want to practice with death runs, you need to do it slow. Don't go in blindly. Try and change everything you do every time you fail.
Suzu, can you see yourself doing even more with creative? I mean, the success of today. Will you continue to go and play creative maps?
I think I would definitely.
That prize.
I'll probably end up saving.
He's 18, and he just won $336,000. What are you gonna do with the prize?
Rent. Yeah, I think rent.
I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to save my money.
I am going to be responsible and probably just invest most of it and try and get even more money back.
All right, guys, congratulations again. Absolutely outstanding job. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see what the future of Creative Fortnite looks like.
The Creative World Cup Finals, so much fun yesterday. Again, congratulations to Scissors and his team. $1.3 million won. I'm going to address the elephant in the room here, and it's not Tim the Tabman. You didn't win that, Tyler.
That's correct.
What exactly happened here?
That's correct. No, we got 4th place, but, the crew that I picked out, man, Tal, Taco, and Kaz, just a good bunch of kids, man. I mean, I think, and I also got to meet a lot of the creators, the ones who developed a lot of the maps. And just a lot of passion from these guys, man. And, I was really happy that I was able to, not even me, together as a unit, we pulled in, 300 or 295,000 as a team.
Dude.
I mean, little whips, man. We were just killing it, little ice creams. But that event was so incredible. And just another thing that kind of came out of nowhere again, that Epic changed the game with creative. You know what I mean? It kind of popped up out of nowhere. All these people, so many people, there were hundreds of people here because of creative.
Yeah. And again, I know I talked to Scissors about it too. He can't believe just how far it's gone from his original runs he made to now it kind of inspired one of the 3 maps yesterday. For you, what was your favorite? Was it kind of the prop hunt mode? Was it the run?
Junkyard Juke, bro.
Okay.
Hands down, Junkyard Juke is the most fun game I've ever played. I mean, if you're going to go in with a crew of like 32 people, if you can even muster up a crew of 32 people, like I want that to be a playlist where I can just go and play Junkyard Juke, and it just fills in 32 people.
Hey.
It's so much fun, man.
I'm with that. What about, should we get the whole squad together or not?
I'm down with. Oh, we totally should. We should get a massive content creation squad and just go into that. It'd be the most funny thing in the world.
Hey,
Look, I mean, there's nothing greater when you're a little teddy bear and you're just walking around like trying to make it in. It's amazing, man.
Hey, listen, it's all fun and games here. Obviously, the theme of this weekend. Things going on outside of the fan festival. There's also the Battle Pass redemption. Everyone here has got tickets, has the commemorative tickets. So many things to look back on and remember these moments. For a lot of people here, whether they're players or the individuals and fans who traveled, it's their first time to New York City. Such a legendary, iconic place to have this major event. You see again the crowd continuing to fill on in, just getting some final things set up for the game so we can get it all launched again. And I have just received the word that we want, Ninja. The game is ready to go.
I'm ready. The first Vic Roy, man. Who's it going to be, guys? All right, I want you guys to scream out your favorite duos right now, man. Let's make some noise.
Who do you think's going to win today? Scream it. I want to hear. Oh, it's gibberish. None of it makes sense.
I think I hear Mongrel, Mitro.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fortnite World Cup Finals duo competition begins right now.
This is going to be intense. I mean, there's nothing more, honestly, nerve-wracking than the initial launch. Off the bus, man. You're flying. Someone's going to die. Someone's going to be eliminated. Who's going to be the first one?
Yep.
You don't want to be the first one knocked out in the World Cup. I mean, literally, I knocked him like, it was the first game in the Pro-Am, and that was just amazing. He can't live that down. I don't want to be the first person knocking this.
No, for sure. As now we immediately hop on board with my pick to dominate today, Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage, and they're heading right towards Happy Hamlet, a place they've called home so many times, and this is contested.
It's already contested.
You're flying on into here, Ninja. The early game's so key, and already Benji Fishy trying to put shots down range with that revolver, but area is contested. You see they're kind of split from each other right now. What are their comms like in this exact moment?
I mean, I think right now they're just going to be trying to hear exactly where these guys are, footsteps, any type of information they can pass off to one another is going to be very important. They've been practicing this landing. I'm pretty sure I watch these guys play literally every week because they're from EU, so they were before NA qualifiers. Yeah. And yeah, this is exactly where they normally land. Savage and Benji, they don't always land on top of one another. And you're honestly at a disadvantage if you do land in the same house because you're going to be getting less shields of one another, right? Less chances of getting shotguns and things like that. And I'm just interested to see how they're going to play this out. Are they going to be aggressive? Or are they going to back down?
Well, we just saw the first zone has been revealed, and it is a northern side zone, so anyone in Happy Hamlet not safe. Fuller Peak, Frosty Flights, Paradise Palms, Lucky Landing, all not safe. So we continue to keep an eye on this fight. 98 players remaining right now in this game. Now, we mentioned the increased material farming right now, so you're hitting a couple trees, you're getting 20, 30 materials like it's nothing. Let's shift our focus, though, towards the middle of the map here at Dusty Divot, and it looks like Landjock and Punisher go out very, very early in this first game to Tetra and, on the flip side, the new Rogue members.
They're wasting a lot of material right now. You can already see it. You've got only 100 maps left. That's 10 builds. These early game fights are always so detrimental. You have to be very, very, very particular with how many mats you're going to use when you're trying to ramp rush somebody, because if you make it there and they shoot you out and you have no mats, I mean, you're left with literally nothing to protect yourself with.
And look at the advantage that you now have. Tetra hasn't had any shields, but because 2 eliminations come on through, he gets both. That's 50 shield per elim, putting him at max HP, and now he can completely change how he takes this fight. It's not like the normal games where you're still stuck at 100 health and you might second guess what you want to do. fields, and with how little bit white HP are in a tough spot, and there it is. Get the quick elimination onto Brush. And that's going to push back duo into Fatal Fields and try to hide for a brief moment. Another rough start right there. So much stone in Fatal Fields. I feel like Fatal Fields is a underrated landing spot.
I think you can get everything at Fatal Fields. You definitely get wood and brick very quickly, and then there's definitely some metal that you can gather around. You know, there's a bunch of cars and things like that. Some tractors there in the sticks. But listen, man, I'm really curious as to why they're not pushing Sizz.
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword too, because yes, Sizz is by himself, but we've all experienced how easily you can hide in that brush there in the cornfields. And Sizz Lucky, these top players who land Fatal Fields, know how to actually navigate the loot in the corn without breaking the corn. So
I need to break the corn every time.
Right, same. I'm not good enough to know, but there's a certain path you can go on, and Sizz Lucky will actually be able to go back and pick up Brush's cards. So this is key.
You think you should go
Reboot
for it?
Vans, remember, when you get brought back, you only have 100 HP and a common pistol. That will bring a lot of attention over. If you are Scarlet and Bell, are you back over that fight? I think so. Now across the map, though, an engagement going out between KBB, Yuang.
Too long to start taking his time, and he might be dipping out, maybe trying to. He's definitely staying aggressive. 2-on-1 again.
Zexro staying confident though, knowing right now the teammate has to be at 30 health. The wall comes through, trying to spray it, and it's not gonna happen. And you see Zexro right there, hands right to his head. Some solid damage done, but Yuang dropped down to 59 HP, but with that elimination, we'll bump back up to over 100. Very, very close right there, Ninja, with the drum shotgun.
Very important is checking out the storm right now. A lot of these players, there's a lot. You guys can't see the screen, but there are plenty of people who are outside. They're going to have to start their rotations in. And this is actually where a lot of very talented players with their aim can clean up a lot of kills. This is actually my teammate and I's reverse. Our strategy was to try to get in those spots where you can beam people who are going to be flying throughout the sky using a lot of the slipstreams and just taking advantage of, your incredible accuracy.
A little update, too, on Sizz Lucky. They did get the reboot in Fatal, so they're both back in play. Look at how slow this lobby is going, folks. 92 players left, and a definite fan favorite here. Nate Hill and Funk of FaZe Clan currently set on up near Lazy Lagoon. And Ninja, this is your landing spot that you went to with your duo reverse. What are maybe some little tips and tricks for players at home who like to land here?
Yeah, all right, so there's, if you go on the boat, on the ship, every single one of the masts is like worth 200 wood, so you definitely want to go for those. You can easily get max wood in Arena in probably less than 10 seconds. And also there are some metal anchors in town that you can get for about 300 metal, which is, like the most valuable material that you can get. I mean, I'm just 91 players. I mean, have we talked about Storm Surge? I mean,
we haven't yet. I was going to let that be a bridge when we cross it, but
because 91 people left. I mean, how soon is it going to be?
We're going to have Storm Surge in every game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to this is going to be nuts. If you guys don't know what Storm Surge is, basically the team that has done the least amount of damage is going to start taking damage until they get above the damage threshold.
Yes, and it tells the players on their screen what the damage threshold is. If you're used to playing at home, you probably have never experienced Storm Surge in a normal game, but it is very common in competitive because everyone wants to last until late game, earn those extra points, and wind up getting those placement points to come on through. Watching Letwick and Flexi right now, it's so scrappy, Ninja. It's not your normal game where you get to loot up and freely grab everything you want. Here, I mean, look at the inventory. A common heavy assault rifle, 2 heavy bullets.
Yeah, I mean, people are not going to be able to loot. They're not going to be able to loot normally. I mean, you have every single spot is definitely going to be contested or have talented players who are surrounding you. You got to be constantly worried about getting sniped from the side. All it takes is 2 seconds of being caught off guard, and you can get dinked twice with an infantry rifle, and boom, there goes 160 health, man, just like that.
89 players left now in the lobby as Twiz and Cover H, the duo, do get cut down. 45 duos remaining. The second zone has just been revealed, and again, Storm Surge will begin after that. I absolutely think it's going to happen. That will be for 70-plus players. So you keep that in mind as this goes on. Players who haven't really done any damage will know that they're going to be at a point where their hand is going to be forced. They're going to have to put on a little bit of happy to just farm up this metal structure and claim it as their own.
They're actually very centralized as well.
Yep.
I mean, a really great strategy that you're going to see a lot of people going to be using throughout this weekend in solos and in duos is to just try to get in the dead center of the second zone and honestly just kind of pray that the circle is going to continue to rotate in your favor. I mean, I'm still looking at a lot of these guys' inventories. One guy just gets knocked in front of him. Like, going to try to save his teammate. It's not going to happen. But there's not a lot of rotation items. I haven't seen a lot of shockwave grenades. I haven't seen a lot of shadow bombs. I don't see any launch pads in anyone's inventory.
Yeah.
It's going to be such a, like, the rotations late game are going to be nuts. People are going to get lasered out of the sky.
And Letwick now all by himself in a 1 versus 2 as his teammate did go down. You see Parpy and Volks still quite healthy between the two of them. Over 140 HP for both of them. Parpy still playing the slow ground, trying to spray out the opponent. And look at the material count for Volks. Total builds. It does look like Letwick just kind of ran away, but I don't believe Letwick was able to grab his teammate's reboot card. So will basically be by himself for the rest of this game.
You know, it's going to be almost impossible to perform alone when your teammate is knocked. And there's the Storm Surge warning. These guys are 106 above it. You guys can see that, which means that there's somebody who has 106 damage less than them that is currently below the threshold, and they are going to need to hit some people, deal some damage. And that's actually the beauty of Storm Surge, right? You don't necessarily only want people kind of just lingering around in their 1-by-1s, praying that the circle moves to them. You're gonna see some fights that are gonna be forced to break out because players need to get above that or they're gonna die. They're not gonna be able to make it.
Now moving towards the Dusty Divot Diner. You see Clicks and Skeptic. Yeah, the very young duo from NA East, and you just said yourself, I didn't even know you could farm this.
Didn't even know you could get down there.
This is the beauty of it, right? These are the top players in the world showing off the little things that they know that really no one else can pick up on. Many teams already stacking here as there's so many materials to be farmed up. And for a lot of players, Ninja, once they get max, they don't just stop there. They keep farming to have an excess for more if they need to expend a lot of materials quickly. Yes. On the bottom right of your screen, you see a fight going down in Salty Springs. A lot of grenades being thrown right there. That's going to be Serpent and Hype.
Serpent and Hype in a pretty decent spot. Yeah. If you guys can look on the mini-map that we're staring at, every single team is now in the safe zone. Everyone is safe in the next circle. It is moving in. And double heavy sniper is in play. For those of you guys who do not know, a heavy sniper will take out a metal wall. It'll take out pretty much anything. It does 1,500 damage to structures. So if you have two teammates who have double heavy snipers, they can see a team, line up a shot of somebody hiding in a 1-by-1 and be able to take them out.
And that changes the game completely. Once you hear double heavy, you can no longer sit still ever. Or if you know where they're at, you have to make sure you have at least 2 walls of cover on that side to protect you from the inevitable double snipe. And when we say double snipe, it's as far as 1, 2, 3, shoot. And they both fire at the same time and catch you off guard.
There's absolutely 0 time to react. And one thing you guys we were talking about are the rotation items. We got 6 shadows for this guy, and they have a baller, so they're sitting pretty. I think these guys are in a great spot.
Absolutely. And you see the zone did just update towards the northern side of this current storm. Storm Surge is now in play, so players beginning to drop. 80 players in total in this game. They will just rotate on out of here. Hype and Serpent don't want the fight. And that's Jay now quite weak. With Storm Surge beginning to tick in. Quentin and Lanouf now having to push a fight as Storm Surge is affecting them as well. And you see it just kind of smites them down from the heavens, and there they go. Getting dropped by Storm Surge. Unfortunate for them, but again, with not enough damage done, they do fall below that threshold.
Jeez, man, Storm Surge really does just force people into some pretty tricky situations. But again, man, it just goes to show a lot of aggressiveness is going to pay off for teams, man. You don't want to be put in that situation where, you know, you have to desperate and push. Maybe a duo that's better than you in combat. You know what I mean? And Airwax and Nikov
that's a replay.
Was that a replay? They just went down.
Airwax and Nikov are winners. Well, Airwax at least are back-to-back winner of the Pro-Am. Does go down. Airwax double qualified as well. Tough first game for them as they do go out quite early on. 71 players left in this game. 38 duos. Again, it's a slow crawl as everyone begins to drop. Have you ever seen anything like this in competitive
No,
Fortnite?
I think that the only time that we saw numbers like this were when the circles they didn't really chunk that much, and they were more centralized in the beginning of competitive. So really no one had to rotate that much, and no one had to fight. So now that these circles are really just kind of moving around the map, you can't really predict them. I mean, you're getting these players who have, again, the great aim, and they're just beaming people who are focusing on trying to rotate into the circle. Now look, there's so many people coming from the south right now, and it's just free kills if you guys are in a top position with solid aim, man. You're going to Texture right now, already getting beamed. He's spamming the spacebar, trying to make it as difficult as possible to hit. He sees a lot of, look at it, already trying to figure out right now, where's he going to land? Look at all these people who are already boxed up. They're already creating these tunnels. More shots coming down. And he's going to be able to make it. 8 grenades. So that's going to be, I mean, if he can get in a position where some players are already getting focused on the outside, 8 grenades, he might be able to clean up those kills too.
Yep, that's right there. They do box up in time. Did take some shield damage, but thankfully they have some minis to replenish that in just a few brief moments, as there's Eclipse now using them. He's got his teammate right next door as well. Medkit, looks like they're going to pop that too. Every little bit of HP matters. Saving the campfire for the late game, it appears.
Definitely got to save the campfire.
In the elimination feed right there. Here's a look at Mongrel earlier with his duo Mitro. As they're set up currently in this zone, 68 players left.
Love watching this guy play, man. I'm serious. I mean, here's, you just check his inventory. Only got 2 guns right now, which is inventory rifle and a combat shotgun. So he has no spray guns. All right, spray guns are, you know, anything to an SMG, tactical assault rifle, SCAR, anything like that. You know, you've got to have a quickly to kill players and hit players through their 1-bys. You know, very difficult.
And material-wise, look at that, 135 total builds. They're in a fantastic position to make some noise in game number 1. We'll definitely keep up to date with them. The slipstream slowly inching towards where it begins to shut down Ninja, but with so many slipstreams still available in this current zone, a lot of players are going to use that to rotate on in freely without using launch pads or the shadow bombs. There's your whole map right there. The eastern side of the zone. None of these players really going to be into play. They're going to have to inch a little bit more towards Loot Lake if they want to be safe.
Some of the best, I mean, look at, these are the best players in the world, and look how close they are to one another, man. I'm so excited when they actually have to force into these fights. The Storm's going to start pushing them. Look how, I'm sorry, man, I just can't, man. You guys notice also, Stinks, man, these players are so talented. It's going to be so hard to spray through their walls and actually deal damage to them. So you need things like grenades, like Stinks, right? Little fart bombs is what I like to call them, to force people out of their 1-by-1s and try to shoot them as they're rotating away and trying to build new 1-by-1s to dodge the Stinks.
You see the Stinks right now going down on the Mongrel, and Mongrel gets immediately ripped in 2 as it seemed like the lobby began to focus him right there. His duo still alive.
With good rotation, luckily.
Definitely has a bunch to, you know, to be able to play with. The next Storm Surge has begun to kick on in. Mitro, 12 damage below, will have to begin to put shots down range. The zone pushing as well. So in this position, with the zone at their back, Mitro's goal, spray at players who have to push from the zone. They have one way they can go. They can't afford to take storm damage. They've got to push right at him, and Mitro knows that. Now begins the fire. Dubs just below as well. One of the players who qualified multiple times through solos and then once in duos.
They also have some great rotation. 2 ballers still intact. And here's the thing that you just mentioned, all these players who are going to be rotating in, being forced to rotate in, everyone knows that.
Very little ammo, though. Look, these are the last 9 assault rifle shots in Dubs' inventory. It is getting scrappy, folks. And there's the split. Still, though, only 80, meaning combined between the 2. They really only have about 150 shots to work with. The zone still pushing. 61 players left. Reminder, folks, this is game number 1 of 6 today in the duos competition. Dubs does go down as a player got that back wall. He wasn't quite ready for it. Mega frantically backing on up, trying to create some space. Will he be able to go?
He's going to be able to pop that, sir. To revive his teammate.
But Mega doing a solid job of keeping himself alive right now through the storm.
100% rewards, pinpoint accurate. Your marker, your aim is right on their head. Boom, you're going to get that headshot. You're going to against these top players who will shockwave grenades, guys. This is a very far rotation for the second movement circle, so this is actually going to move very quickly. These people are going to potentially get stuck on their launch pads because there's so much frequent building. It's going to be nuts, and who's going to try to take the high ground? Because after this first circle goes, this is where people start to only try to use the high ground.
And we know high ground is everything with the shadow bomb, and does land.
Storm?
Yes, but taking no storm damage, just playing right on the edge of it. Stay boxed up for a brief moment.
Unfortunately, do you still have no Mitro still alive? I mean, listen, people... High ground, though. The question is, are people... In this, you're going to have to try to take the high ground off them or have a rocket launcher to just...
Beams the player out of the air! It's Savage in the elimination feed right now. 24 players left in this one. But 20 duos. There's almost no duos remaining, Ninja.
Right, it's all solos, and this is kind of what's going to happen, man.
Mr. Savage goes down.
It's up to Benji, and listen, Benji's been in this position before. We know he can handle it. Mitro's still in the game as well. I just saw him. He looks incredibly healthy, but now taking some storm damage. Benji's just going to try it. Look at the materials. Not a lot left. They're only using their shadows. I think he has one build left.
Yep.
That's it. That's all he has.
He's got 10 total builds.
10 total builds.
He's just trying to outlast as many players as possible. Remember these placement points. We've made it into our top 10 duos. Now into our top 8. Zayt and Saf now. Zayt and Saf now on the high ground.
This game.
One of the few, the only duo left. This has a Zayt and Saf win written all over it. Mitro, Mongrel's duo, was all by himself very early on. Still alive in this one. 40R Storm now getting beamed. Can the North American duo of Zayt and Saf close this out? Raining down fire from up top. You see the frantic builds coming in. Benji Fishy goes down. Mega, Mitro, and Scarlet on the low ground. Shots still coming on in. Zayt and Saf just sitting pretty.
Mitro just got a double, I think.
Mitro
5 limbs.
Tries to get it done. Not enough. Zayt and Saf, 2 versus 1. Will they take game number 1? Yes, they will!
Zayt and Saf had the high ground, and they used it the entire game. Rain fire from above. We're able to make up 5 limbs plus 10 placement points. That's going to be 15 points. Game 1.
Talk about a monster game number 1. You saw the immediate reaction. They know how key that was. And I've watched so many games of competitive Fortnite, Ninja. They were the only duo left with still like 18 players remaining. Yeah. When they get the high ground like that, they send 1 player down to get close. Scarlet was already weak, and there's just no shot. In the end, the veteran players of Zayt and Saf take game number 1. And you know, Ninja, that was a big topic of conversation. Players with LAN experience, players who've been around the Fortnite competitive scene at these major events for a long time. Will they let the nerves get to them? Guess what? The answer is no. Zayt and Saf take game number 1.
Kept their composure. It was absolutely incredible to watch, man. And seriously, these guys have been absolutely dominant in the World Cup qualifiers online. And it's only fair that they continue to show their dominance here at the actual World Cup stage.
Brilliant performance. You know that their game plan is always last as long as possible.
Absolutely.
But the fact that they made it through those storm surges, even with them not getting very aggressive, they had 0 limbs down to those final few moments. Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy, we have to talk about them for a second as well. The European young duo, they were on the high ground. It was looking good, Ninja, but So many players focusing them, the shockwave grenades as well, and they had no healing left.
It's unfortunate, man. We have a group full of these players who are literally the best in the world. They know exactly how to win, right? So if they don't have the high ground, they know that whenever there is a moment that they have to shoot the high ground out with rockets, shockwave grenades. I think that's actually what happened. I think someone shockwaved up and knocked them off the high ground.
Yep.
But when you have shield like Zayt and Naftate at the end there, and that high ground, I mean, it's over, man.
What a sigh of relief
Incredible,
for those two.
Incredible first game, and we're only just getting started.
We're only just getting started. Remember, 6 games being played today in the duos competition, in which $15 million will be rewarded. Tomorrow, we do it all over again, except with solos. So you'll want to stay glued to the streams here for the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get involved in the conversation. Send a Ninja and I your thoughts after game number 1. Who surprised you? What are you looking forward to in games 2 through 6? For me, other things I noticed, man, you've got to be on your A game. When it comes down to taking note of where you are with the Storm Surge, those were longer Storm Surges that have lasted than I've ever seen before.
I've honestly never seen Storm Surge affect the game so much.
Yep.
Because here we are having 80 people left after the second circle. So you know what I mean? Like, and these guys, they're not going to let you hit them. You know what I mean? And if you want to put shots on these guys, it's going to be when they're flying in the air, rotating, which you also expose yourself to a sniper shot. You know.
Absolutely.
High risk, high reward, man. Right?
It's
Let's see how these guys change. I wonder if the guys who did get hurt a lot by the Storm Surge, are they going to make changes in the second game? Are they going to be a little bit more aggressive and trying to deal some damage as they rotate? That's what I want to know.
That's a great way to think of it. I know there were so many people that want to give their thoughts on these games, but over at Unreal Island, we've got our very own Sundown with his thoughts on game 1.
Thank you so much, Courage and Ninja. And the first match of the duos competition is over in the Victor Royales. Well, experience wins out. We talked about Energy Zayt and Ghost Saf and how they've been playing so long together, and that endgame was a prime example of textbook Zayt and Saf. We're going to re-roll it one more time, and we're going to break down kind of how they were able to keep the control. Now, pay attention right away. You can see on the backside, Saf has one angle while Zayt is going forward, and they're moving back over the tarps they've already established, but the angles they take make sure they're covering everything. They hear the shots below, they're putting the fire down towards them, and Scarlet is able to pick up Mitro, but doesn't have enough to get out. Zayt and Saf, 5 eliminations, victory royale, 15 points, showing that their competitive experience, their experience on stage and at major LAN events is winning out right now. They say nerves, what nerves? We might as well be playing at home on our own stations because they are just that good. Match 1 is over. Time to get back over the stage for match 2. Ninja and Courage, take it away.
Thank you very much, Sundown. Great stuff as always there from Unreal Island outside of the venue, enjoying the event themselves. But again, game number 1 in the books. Obviously, so many updates to see exactly where we stack up. In the end, those final moments can be so hectic. So before we hop into game 2, we will have a standings update for you all at home. Who do you think's up top of it right now? Well, guess what?
Zayt.
It's Saf and Zayt, but...
And Benji, Mr. Savage, man. Just incredibly clutch solo moves and plays.
Both of our predictions. Both of our predictions.
And they're still up
Attends,
there.
parle sur le jeu.
They're healthy. When they actually get some good rotation items, I'd love to see how they're going to play in the late game, man.
Placement points so key. You did a great job pointing out Mitro at the end. Not only does he stay alive, not only does he perfectly use his materials and his movement items, but he somehow finds 5 more limbs, putting his team from probably an abysmal game 1 to top 3 in our leaderboards. Again, here are your standings from game number 1. Dubs and Mega. They wound up making it through as well.
Oh là là.
Because of Mega staying alive too.
Allô? Ouais. T'as vu c'est qui Dea Draimi, c'est son premier classement.
C'est vrai.
4ème, pardon.
Oui.
2ème game, elle est partie.
Ah bon? Allez là, rentre vite dans la game, fils de pute, là je suis en train de jouer.
T'inquiète ça, dans pas longtemps.
C'est bon.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. T'es chaud?
On est là.
DJ man. Ils sont où Kinstar?
Ils sont tout en bas à droite.
Ah ouais. Je vois pas Nikoff et tout hein.
And man, I'm looking at these llamas on my
Pourquoi on est sur Zayt et Saf encore?
There's nothing greater than finding the new upgraded llamas at 350 mats.
Est-ce que c'est les gagnants? C'est ceux qui ont gagné.
J'avoue. Viens, on regarde s'il y a des gens, ils vont nous spawn. Oh non, ça a enlevé.
Attends, moi je vais descendre le bruit là, ça casse les couilles.
One thing I was telling my teammate Malachi, I was like, listen man, sometimes you just actually have to tell yourself, hey, we should probably look for llamas as we're flying in.
Ils ont un lama.
Usually you're looking for players, who's going to be landing next to you, but if you actually keep an eye out for that
ouais.
pink, purple, and blue llama, there's one. I mean, look, you're just going to get rewarded with shield, rotation, there's shadow bomb storm, campfires, minis. I mean, these are incredibly valuable.
And remember, materials get capped at 500 of each type. So when you get 350, it's done its job for you. You can spend much less time looting and, farming, and much more time looting. And look at Zayt perfectly using the Shadow Bomb Ninja. For players at home are wondering how he just used it for way more than the 6 seconds it actually lets you.
Oh, ils sont écartés quand même, ça fait Zayt.
J'avoue, c'est des fous.
Un loot lake, un cabane.
Ouais.
Là, t'es sur quelle caméra là?
Bah là, je suis à Lucky Landing. Ouais, bah moi aussi. Ah, il y a Miz et Diadra.
Gustavox et Wiz et DP.
Wish et DP. Bien. Oh yes, ça va être sur Diadra. Let's go.
Ah ouais.
The storm is very far. Great point to bring up there. We can see on our side, the zone right now basically gets cut off at Dusty
Ouais, Falcon.
Tilted, and the rest of the north side of the map are in play. So
ouais, vous regardez la World Cup ou quoi?
Ouais, là on regarde.
Vous êtes sur le live de qui?
Non, là on est sur le jeu là. C'est quoi, tu mets ça? Ouais.
C'est à chier un peu, non?
Bah, c'est comme sur le live quoi.
Pourquoi j'ai une pizza qui...
Parce que attends, faut attendre, après en bas à gauche t'auras cliquer ici pour regarder, t'inquiète.
Au cas où on commande, donc voilà.
En vrai, aller sur un live, je vous jure que c'est beaucoup mieux.
Oui, je sais, c'est mieux, mais comme ça, c'est pas en même temps, genre c'est mieux.
Je reste avec vous, là. Après, la qualité, elle pue la merde. Hein.
Ça a bugué ou pas?
Je sais pas c'est du combien.
Bah, moi, c'est du 360p, je pense. Hein.
Oh, bah moi, c'est du 1080.
Ah ouais?
700,
Pas moi.
720. C'est ta quoi, gros?
Non, mais je suis en 1080 quand je regarde les lives, je sais pas pourquoi. Et là, vous êtes sur la POV de Yu Wang et je sais pas quoi, là.
Ouais, sauf que moi, ça a bugué. Du coup, je dois relancer.
Ah ouais, je pense que je vais aller sur un live, gros, c'est beaucoup mieux.
Vas-y, parce que tu...
ciao. Il a quitté? Ah merci. Ouais. Je l'aime pas ton pote.
Ah bon?
Non, il est arrivé, il a direct fait le malin là tout à l'heure. Oh vas-y casse-toi frère, tu fais chier.
C'est bon, il rejoint un pote. T'as peur de lui ou quoi?
Non, je l'aime juste pas, tu vois. Il est arrivé l'autre jour, tout à l'heure, il a fait le malin, c'est bon, ça m'énerve des gens comme ça.
2 secondes, j'arrive.
Finisher. Allez les gars. Allez finisher. Oh là là, je connais pas mais allez. Ah ouais. Ah là là.
But you mentioned they can't afford to do that. It takes so much time in that fight. They've got to go very far still. Now over to Neo Tilted, Clicks and Skeptic. In a fight. Got some shield. This is trying to take small, help his teammate out. No.
Désolé les gars, ça bug. Ah là là. Bon, on va attendre. Allez, let's go.
Life? Homie, this is land. This dude's gonna come over. No, I'm just kidding.
Vas-y, arrête de bugger là.
Party. Mitro and Mongrel, full HP. Clicks right there.
Down low. That kid, gold scar, gold combat, heavy shotgun, or sorry, heavy sniper. Look at, they're just stealing and bum rushing, and that's going to be it.
And there's no. You saw, hey, putting on a show. I love it. The man does you. Player, I think, speaks a little bit too soon. Aiden now. One. Hasn't finished elimination yet, so still will gain 50 HP if he can get the full. There it is. Now a 2 versus 1. Aiden and Sean. Look at how weak Sean is, though, Ninja.
Sean has absolutely no health. A little bit of shield. Hopefully, we're going to drop some minis here. Aiden being the good team that he is. I'm sure he's calling it out right now. But it is also a 2-on-1, and they don't know. We don't know how weak this guy is right now. But if he is, we're going to look to try to trade. And there's a double shotgun shot for over 21 white. Players no shield left. Are going to try to put the pressure on. Sean has little health, and look how aggressive they're being. They're both one hit. They could actually grab.
They're going for it. They're saying, no, you would have thrown the trap down by now. They're calling
and there it is.
And look at the take from Aiden. The jump out to the side.
Oh là 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 là, Aiden. Trop fort.
And look, Aiden actually, there was 2 big shields.
Yeah.
Aiden's got the full health.
That's incredible, man.
Et pour lui, c'est easy le jeu, les gars.
Aiden has done 434 damage, has taken 312, and he's near backup.
Oh là là. Qui m'écrit sur le chat. Bang, bang.
Every time the camera goes on, there's a big cheer from this sold-out arena.
For those of you guys who do not know, the storm circle is about to update right now. We just saw our second one, forcing everyone out of the north and east side of the map. And also, guess what? Every single llama.
Oh, ils vont se faire backstab.
All 5 llamas have been.
Oh, yo, je sens le backstab, mon pote.
Material players right now.
A lot of rotation.
Oh my god, I can't even. Freaking out, man.
You're getting into it.
Looks
right
like a
now.
lot of people.
I love it.
Yeah, we're looking around. They're all gone. There's only one airdrop that's left, which means a lot of players. It's very difficult, man. Going for airdrops is super risky, but it looks like everyone at the World Cup here is taking their chances.
And what's kind of fun with the zone, as you see it on the bottom right side of your map, the slipstreams are there to basically help everyone get from the southeast, east, and south side of the map easily into this zone. So if you kind of sit outside and wait for players to move in from the slipstream, you might be able to deal a lot of damage. And remember, you might think, oh, well, there's no way you're going to get that elimination. I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying free damage for Storm Surge when that comes into play, because it is going to happen very, very soon here. We're about a minute away.
It literally looks like we've been watching that action. But there's 84
Merde, pourquoi j'ai écrit?
players left still.
Putain, je suis con. Ouais, j'ai écrit les
gars. Our observers backstage, great
stuff
to them. Sislucky does take a bit of storm damage right there. Chug splashes in the inventory, and Ninja
like a dolphin.
Chug splashes have came into this game and they've completely taken competitive by storm. Are they the best healing item currently in this meta?
I think that, there's a lot of items that get added where, not everyone is all unanimous about it, right? Some people do not like it, but let me tell you something about these splashes. I don't think I've ever seen more positive reactions from an item being added than when chug splashes were added. I mean, nothing but positivity on Twitter. It was absolutely incredible. I woke up to some delightful posts. Delightful, just some delightful posts.
Yeah.
Those of you guys who don't know what they are, each one splash, they come in packs of 2. You can stack up to 6. They give you 20 health or shield, whatever you're missing.
And they're instant. You throw them down the ground, and they can be used to heal you and your teammates around you, as well as, if you really want to be a troll, your enemies that you've knocked. Here are Mongrel and Mitro in the zone, and you talked about this inventory. I'm going to come out and say it right now. There is no way someone in this lobby has a better inventory than what Mongrel has right now. And when you come
reste avec Falcon, parce que je commence tout seul. Et en plus là, depuis tout à l'heure je quitte, je reviens et ça bug trop. Et si je quitte et ça va bugger, ça me saoulerait. Donc voilà.
And Mongrel went down early before placing points were even rewarded. So, Sean in another fight with Quentin and his squad. Sean trying to take some walls here. And he's out of light ammo.
Out of materials.
And he's out of materials. So he can't even spray right now. The only thing you can do is spray an AR, and that's not really going to be effective against top players if you're actually trying to take walls.
Well, the player tried to drop a trap down low to bait Aiden, but Aiden does not fall for it. This seasoned veteran trying to cover his back. Players beginning to spray on through. Stink by shot comes in.
Gets his shield. That's why he went for the thirst.
Yep.
And grabbed the map. Now he is, or more than that, he's got to
get out of the stinks. They've got to get out of the stinks.
So weak, too
Look at how weak they are. And
Ouais,
I think that's exactly what they did. They split up.
My boys, il est dans la merde.
He's getting pushed by more than one person. Quick reaction from Aiden, but this looks like it could spell disaster. For the duo. Damage dealt 639. It does go down on the quick.
Ouais, ils ont 3 kills, ça va. Ça va pas le...
Can he clutch it? Only 2 HP. Got some mini. Picked up some ammunition now for his minigun. Other players who are around him as well. So what's he gonna do? Looks like.
Oh no, he does. It's got wood. He's good. Yeah, we both freaked out.
Gonna put himself in.
He's got to go. Don't even.
He's aside as well. Has a shot.
This
and
is
he's
done.
going to be taken down. In any competitive game is being weak, low materials, low health, and being forced to push in.
Every time you watch Aiden and whoever he's playing with, they are always the most aggressive, it appears.
Yes.
If you remember the famous moment, I think for me, arguably one of the most famous moments in Fortnite competitive history was the Nick Merckx and Aiden duo where they made it into the big bonus about a year ago.
Oh my God.
And a crowd popped off. Well, they're always scrappy getting into eliminations. Here, the stat popped up for a second. Aiden and Sean had done 680 damage in the game. The average in the lobby was 80. They were 600 above in this lobby already. Unfortunately, though, when you fight that much, there's a higher chance of you going down. Speaking of potential fights, here's Sizlucky and Brush, who we saw earlier on in the last game at Fatal Fields struggle to stay alive. Now in another tough spot as they're both low on shields and low on health.
Decent rotation items, 2 shadows on the launch pad. Again, I always want to keep stressing that because you guys have some launch pads, even 1 shadow. 1 shadow can get you into another zone, right?
Yep.
It's going to hopefully get you those placement points that you need, or even put you in a position to get some eliminations. But yeah, as you said with Aiden, we mentioned earlier, are people going to change how they're going to play, right? Are they going to do anything different here in the World Cup? And guess what? I'm pretty sure we can say that Aiden's squad is not doing anything different. They're being incredibly aggressive. They're putting the damage down. And unfortunately, there were just too many players who took advantage that they were weak.
And that was the top 5 leading into this game. You see it updated again right there on your screen of where the leaderboard is at the moment. Mitro and Mongrel staying alive,
In a great spot.
Holding this pyramid edit. And for people at home who might not know, he's not exposed right there, right, Ninja? He's peeking through his build.
Correct. As you guys are peeking through a pyramid, you hit edit on it. You cannot be seen, right? And you can also see through it. It's a very amazing feature. Fortnite Battle Royale.
Fortnite Battle Royale, the ultimate Battle Royale experience.
Ultimate Battle Royale experience, man. Blue T is in the storm, taking damage, a lot of damage, and he's still going to be rotating. Road taking damage as well. Thomas going to have to make some plays. And there goes Road. He actually just got knocked. 66 players remain, and this storm is kind of moving a little bit away from Pleasant Park. But it's once you have a high ground mountain in play, I mean, I'm wondering if it's going to go north.
There's 3 high ground mountains in play, and
really mixes it up late game.
A drone ship that people can wind up going on top of, and those are brilliant to use.
Oh, absolutely. If you guys can get up on top of those, guess what? You have ultimate high ground on the map without having to place any mats.
Yep.
It's incredible. You can't get sniped from above, and you can deal as much damage as you want. Also, it's incredibly difficult to shoot players that are up there.
100%.
But it's important to know that after the 5th circle closes in, those air vents will stop working. So if you don't have any rotation to get down, glider, redeploy, anything like that, yikes. That's a massive yikes. So you have to pray that someone puts a launch pad down underneath it somehow.
Yep.
And go for it.
Yeah,
just risk it all.
Most of these teams will mess that up. Now, we talked about our game 1.
Les aides savent qu'ils sont encore pas mal, les gars.
Which is, again,
Bah
10
ouais,
placement
logique.
points, the max you can get for placement in these games. It was
Ouais, ils ont l'air chauds, hein.
They're
Ça
currently
va.
set on up in
Ouais.
this zone for the moment.
C'est ce que je voulais faire, moi.
Are they the yellow team in the minimap? I mean, they're close enough for sure. I can see.
Ah
You know, actually, no, they got to rotate a little bit, but look, they got 4 shockwave grenades.
Yep. And they'll be all right.
Nico fait Rox. Oh, je sens là, ils vont faire top 1, ma boys. Kinstar Hunter, ok. C'est bien, ils sont tous là.
Stack players are on this side of the lobby right now, and they're all going to have to move very soon.
Yeah. Artfrom and Falconer have a tough rotation ahead. Slacks and Keys. Watch them fight a little bit earlier on against Landjock and
to pop
Punisher.
those heals till his teammate comes in.
Yep.
No, he missed one.
Didn't miss. No, his teammate's full. His teammate's full.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Teammates full.
You know, I was playing with Myth the other day, and he was using a lot of.
Ah, mon tel, il y a plus bas.
I'm really sensitive on it. I'm still really sensitive.
Vas-y, je peux pas regarder les messages, les gars. Désolé. Attends. Je vais... 5%. Ok, personne n'a écrit. Bon bah les gars, je peux pas vous répondre pour l'instant. Je vais mettre à charger.
You see Arkham and Falconer.
Très bien.
Looks like they did a duo shockwave to try to fly across the map together.
Good teamwork.
As the frantic rotation begins to move on in, more Storm Surge will soon begin to come into play as well.
Jack, I have a question for you, man.
Yes.
Once these circles start closing in so small, what do you think is the play? To rotate in right away once it's revealed if you're far out, or to wait and be the last team?
For me, it completely comes down to what you have left, what you have in your inventory, where you are at, the leaderboards as well. If I'm in a position where I know I need to make some ground up on the leaderboards, I want to rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some free eliminations.
Yes.
If you get the zone on you, you begin to just build on up and get that height so you can spray on down as well. In this one, though, again, all comes down to rotation.
Oh, on a vu Vato et Skype, Monsieur Savage. Il y avait aussi deux Français. Il y avait deux Français qui tiraient sur ce Vato et Skype là. Faut pas qu'ils se tuent entre eux là. Puis il y avait Monsieur Savage. Oh, non, Kinsar est mort, je crois. Ouais, Kinsar qui s'est fait knock. Putain, non. Pourquoi les Français? Bon, c'est pas grave. Il nous restait Roxanikov, les deux pépitos.
See, they're marking right now. I think they have a double heavy cyber combo.
They're either marking double heavy or they're saying, focus this, the zone's closing there.
We're gonna find out soon enough. It literally looks like he's marking exactly. He's trying to look and see. Yep.
Oh, they do a double heavy cyber. And Ninja called that the man knows. They see one. And oh!
You guys saw the pyramid. It's exactly what Jack talked about earlier. You need two walls, two layers protecting you from one of those walls so that double sniper will not take you down.
But they've got the tools, the key to open all doors, as I put it. And this zone, Ninja,
ça annonce une très bonne clip. Hein. Mon Graal. Oh, mon Graal est chaud.
Here's a look at Mongrel and Mitro. Remember, Mongrel did go down early on in the last game. He's got to back on up because he's burning through materials very, very quickly. They're far above this Storm Surge, so they're good for the moment. And there's the replenish from his teammate in Mitro. 64 total builds left.
Always see them doing this. They always split half.
Et Roxanikov qui sont à côté de mon Graal et Mitro. Hein. Les Roxanikov sont pas bien.
Saf just sneaking up through with that shadow bomb. The spray coming in from Mongrel. Stink bomb is hit as well. Everyone focusing these players on the outside. They've got the minigun firing too. The lobby now picking up quick as we move into our pit zone.
The storm is closing in, and that's going to be forcing everyone to get into where the safe zone is right now. It is moving in towards Pleasant Park. Guys, this is absolutely insane. 51 players still remain, by the way, in a circle this small. They're just trying to get as many limbs possible as people are rotating in.
Mitro on the bottom right of your screen with that minigun has 631 bullets to spray down with Mongrel in a fight. Gets one player weak, but does have to back on him.
Get the clutch, someone else.
Ça sert à rien de m'inviter, Bastien, sur mon live. Hein. Ça sert à rien.
Still have a launch pad, but
Je
again,
parle pas avec ton pote, trop malin.
with nothing but grenade launcher shots and frag grenades, and they're both.
Wow, Mitro et mon Graal ils sont fait enculés. Et Roxy est KO, non, Nikov allez raise. GG man, raise.
Does look like, remember early on, Elevate did go down there.
That loot looks so delicious.
They go for it. Zane and Saf, do they do it?
Do you go for it? There's a launch pad there and so many materials.
This is game-changing loot right now. They've got the builds to go for it if they want.
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna make the play.
A gold combat shotgun too, man.
Zane and Saf uncontested. That's one of those risk versus reward plays that can help set them up for 2 victory royales in a row.
Mongrel and Mitro's loot too, man.
Ça sert à rien d'inviter comme j'ai dit. Si tu es sur mon live, ça sert à rien. Je parlerai pas avec ton pote. Je parle pas avec des merdes. Je vais pas parler avec un mec qui fait le malin dès le début, on sait même pas pourquoi. C'est Eric qui me dit que je suis une petite pute. Voilà.
Going to be flying, and this is it. Another massive rotation going to be taken to the center of Pleasant Park for 167 damage above the threshold, so they're looking pretty good.
Je sais pas si t'as entendu avant d'écrire le message.
Are they going to keep mid ground, go for low ground?
Oh non, après il a pas de con. Voilà, ils sont là.
He might have to use his own. Yes, he does again, and that actually worked.
Ah merde, ça a bugué. Ah c'est bon. Ça c'est Roxanikov, non? Non, même pas. Ah, ça bug là. Ça bug, ouais, c'est parce qu'il y a des... Ouais, ça bug. Ça sert à rien de m'inviter, j'ai dit. Je ne parle pas avec ton pote.
First and dead last. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna prioritize rotation in and not taking damage, or are they gonna try to play it a little risky and go for the elims?
Ouais, mais Tinker, frère, il se fait de partout lui. Un truc de ouf. Mega et Dub, c'est pareil.
Allô? Allô? Allô,
ouais,
je
désolé.
t'entends pas,
Ouais,
gros.
désolé, c'est bon.
Il était pas là, hein. Je te l'ai dit sur le chat.
Ça sert à rien de leur inviter, hein. Je te le dis.
Non, je l'ai mis en privé de toute façon. Bah, t'as peur de lui parler?
Non, pas du tout. Juste, je parle pas avec lui parce que quand on arrive, on fait le malin. Je parle pas avec les gens comme ça. Qui te
Non,
prennent
mais il est
de
comme
haut.
ça.
Ils te prennent de haut.
Il arrive.
Fait le malin.
Prends tout le monde de haut, genre.
Bah, moi, j'aime pas ça. Voilà.
Il t'a dit quoi?
Je sais pas,
Sur
regarde
le
le chat. Regarde le chat.
J'ai pas vu, t'as tout supprimé.
Hein?
Il t'a ban, donc.
Ah oui, je l'ai ban. J'aime pas. Putain,
Ah, c'est déjà la fin, là.
Ouais, et les Français, ils font rien. Kingstar, il s'est fait fumer.
Ah, Vinix et Extro qui avait fait top, je sais pas combien tout à l'heure.
Alors, il m'a mis. Je vais te dire ça.
Oh man, what a great shotgun shot. They were perfectly in sync. They're even jumping and shotgunning at the same time. Vinny, pop off, man. You love the pop off. So hyped. Zexro's about to start cranking 90s or
Bah, moi non plus, je peux pas avoir les messages. Et de toute façon, il m'a dit comment? Il m'a dit rejoins mon groupe, comme ça je te règle. Je lui ai dit ah t'as tes règles, c'est bien salope que t'aies tes règles. Après il m'a dit tu sais que t'es ma petite pute. Tu sais les meufs qu'on met à genoux là. Non il m'a dit voilà je vais te niquer et tout. Je lui ai dit arrête de dire voilà parce que ça se trouve c'est pas un arabe donc voilà, ferme sa gueule. Et après comment il m'a dit tu sais que t'es une petite pute, je te mets à genoux comme les petites putes. Je lui ai fait comme ta mère la salope, elle te ressemble, allez vas-y casse-toi maintenant. Là je lui ai dit va jouer avec ta team ou regarde un live. Et puis après, comment il m'a dit bah rejoins le groupe. Puis il a mis du temps à écrire. Du coup je lui ai mis tu mets du temps, c'est bizarre, tu cherches des réparties ou quoi. Et puis après je lui ai dit allez je parle pas avec des merdes puis j'ai ban.
Oui. Oh, je suis en train de jouer au jeu là, c'est trop bien, wesh.
En vrai.
Et tu sais, le jeu avec la pizza là.
Ouais. Là, il y a les interviews. Ce soir, je joue toute la nuit.
Quoi?
Ce soir, je joue toute la nuit.
Quoi?
Parce que personne ne fait moi. Je rigole. Je t'envoie un message ce soir, ok? Tu regarderas.
Oh, je vais pisser, j'arrive.
Vas-y.
Oh, they might be some
Moi je vais
younger
boire,
players
je
that
reviens.
definitely been around the block here in competitive Fortnite.
Again,
What,
you
t'as
see
dit quoi?
them, just like a lot of other talent here, always at the top of
Ouais,
the
j'ai
duo
raison.
qualifiers every single week. Even though they already qualified, they continue to keep playing, and practicing. Guess what? They just took the game number 2. You gotta be pumped right now, man. Once you win one of these games, you can't let up, though. Again, and that's why I love that energy. Zex was immediately just, I felt like he was just talking about, what are we gonna do next? Hey, man, good job, we won that. Let's do it again, right? How are we gonna change, maybe even do better somehow, get more limbs in game 3?
No, for sure, and they know that. They're not gonna take their foot off the gas pedal. Folks, we have our standings after game number 2. Where are things playing on out? It is still Zate and Sap at the top. Dubs and Mega at 18 points in second. Zexro and Vinny with that performance go from 0 points up to 17, Ninja. And that is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone can have a pop-off game and come right back. Mongrel and Mitro still in your top 5, as well as Serpent Type, Derox, Item, Borwin, and Tux, Snappy, and Red Rush all there. While Zate and Sap do have a nice little lead right now, nobody is safe from the rest of this lobby, I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, just take a look at the points, Courage. You got 11 points, right? Benji and Mr. Savage, they fell out of the top 10. But look at that. Storm and Epic Whale, 12 points. Daedra, M11Z, 12 points, 12 points, 12 points. All they need is 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 extra eliminations right there, and boom, they'll move up 6 places. You know what I mean? So it's still anyone's game, all right? 2 pop-off games, 1 pop-off game, boom, you're already in the top 5.
Remember, if you get 50th place or 11th place, from that whole time in between, you win $100,000 as a duo.
Still.
But if you go from 10th up to 1st, it jumps all the way to $3 million. So everyone, eyes on that top prize. We are just 1/3 of the way through the action today, but I know we've had a lot of fun up here, Ninja. What an absolute blast. Ladies and gentlemen,
yes.
Can we give a round of applause to Ninja for hopping in for some guest casting? What a great job.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Pleasure to be here.
That's going to do it for us for now up here on the caster desk, but I know Zeke is down on the floor with some notes for you all.
Thank you guys so much, man. What an awesome first 2 set of games, from Sap and Zane locking down the lobby to Zexro and Vinny just coming in super clutch. And of course, guys, you guys have been here. We got to see Ninja. He got to go ahead and commentate some games. So what I want to know from you is, have you guys had a good time? Have you enjoyed it? If so, let's just let me hear you. You know, that was so-so. Let's pretend I didn't ask. Have you guys been enjoying yourselves? That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, we've got quite a bit more games left to get through, but, you know, if you've been watching for a long time, you know I'm a big fan of everyone that loves Fortnite. It's all about bringing people together. And I like to say Fortnite fam. That's my thing. That's what I do. And, you know, there's actually a lot of people from around the world that have come here to compete, to watch, to be part of all of this. And I thought, what better way to give back to you guys than to teach you how to say Fortnite from all around the world. So in just a moment, we're going to take a look at a video, and I can't wait because this is actually the first time I'm seeing this. A lot of work went into making this happen, so I can't wait for us to watch this together. Let's take a look.
Oh, pas mal le petit stade.
Hello Fortnite fam.
포트나이트 팬 여러분들 안녕하세요.
Привет, Fortnite team, yeah.
Ne ho territorio.
Tjena Fortnite folk.
Jag är fan de Fortnite.
What's up, Fortnite?
T'as vu, Airwalk, c'est une
What's up, Fortnite fam? Hey, John, Fortnite fam.
What's up, Fortnite fam?
Don't go, man.
Oh, j'ai envie qu'il faire une telle.
What's up Fortnite fam?
Yo, what's up, Fortnite fam? Are you trying to do the floss?
Sorry, I'm texting. What's up Fortnite fam?
What's up, Fortnite fam? What's up, Fortnite fam?
What's up,
Fortnite fam? You ready for tonight?
What's
up, Fortnite fam?
Oh, c'est trop jeune.
Ouais. Fortnite fam. Comment ça, les fans de Fortnite? Good day, Fortnite fam.
J'ai pas entendu Skype.
What up, boys?
Quoi, il y avait pas
qu'une
Kinster?
Ouais,
il y avait pas Kinster Hunter, wesh.
That was even better than I thought it would be. Just embrace it. We, as a collective, are the Fortnite fam. Get used to it. We're here to stay. Now, guys, you know, there's a few more things I want to take a look at before we hop back into the next
Skype, il a dit comment?
One of the things
Salut à
to
tous.
kind of do if you're here or if you're
Je
at
sais pas
home,
quoi.
you've been watching. Ninja actually had a pretty dope hoodie, a World Cup kind of exclusive hoodie. Would you like one of those things? Would you like one of the crazy World Cup shirts that we have? You can totally get your hands on one. Head on over, retailroad.com. Get yourself a nice shirt. We've got some hoodies. We've got hats. We've even got the little drone that's the battle bus. It looks amazing. The top balloon is actually the drone, so you've got the bus that's literally flying around. You best believe I'm going to pick one up and mess around with my family. They're not ready for it. But there
Oh,
you
les
go. There's
maillots
some on the
dégueulasses,
screen.
frère.
Also, that drift shirt.
Oh, le pull de droite, il est pas
my
mal.
favorite piece of merchandise ever. Those of you that really do know me, you know I love Drift. He's easily my favorite character.
Oh, la
But just
casquette
some
beau
cool
gosse.
things. If you're looking to get some World Cup exclusive thing, go ahead and take a look. Now,
T'as mis une casquette pendant ton live, frère.
all 10-week qualifiers long,
Ouais,
you know we love
j'ai peur qu'il voie mes
Golden
cheveux de
Boy. And there's
merde.
actually one thing specifically he was kind of telling people as we were going through interviews, and that was, hey, when we get to New York, you're going to be in my hometown, let's catch up and get a slice of pizza. Now, I know you're thinking, wait a minute, Zeke, what about like everyone else? Why is it just Golden Boy?
Casse les
Well,
couilles,
he's a
ça fait
Golden
que
Boy.
tant
He's
vite de
selfish. He wanted the
merde.
pizza all for himself. Get called out. That's right.
What
Now,
the Troisième game, fuck, troisième my
game.
But a few of those players actually took us up on the offer.
Non, ça bug.
So let's take a look together and check this out.
Wow. Oh, beau gosse la ville, hein.
Statue of Liberty, Central Park, the Empire State
Central
Building,
Park.
the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. I couldn't be more excited about the greatest Fortnite.
Allô?
Ouais.
Ça a coupé?
De quoi?
Bah moi je suis dans la rue et ça genre ça bug. Faut que j'enlève. Ah c'est bon. T'es pas au truc avec les cafés? Allô?
Si, là je suis sur Eden.
Ah moi aussi.
Hot, a lot of people. Yeah, hot and a lot of people. I'm sorry, but also welcome to New York. That's kind of the way it is out here. Where are you from in Austria?
Austria, like I'm near Salzburg.
And the population?
40K.
I think it was like 40,000 people in the train that you were in on the way here.
Probably.
Yeah, so,
so many people.
Now I want to talk about the competition at hand because obviously this is going to be the biggest opportunity, I would imagine, of your lives. You're going to be playing in front of a massive crowd. Is there a way as a player that you prepare for that?
I don't think like there's a way to like prepare for it.
Yeah.
But try to like.
Bon alors mon
calm
grand,
down, not
qu'est-ce
get
qui se
nervous,
passe
not
maintenant?
shake and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we should be good. Like.
It's still crazy having like a live
Il
crowd.
est pas là, Legends
I try
Fury?
not to take tournaments like too seriously. If I play relaxed, I feel like I do better.
What?
I remember when everyone's like, this guy looks like he's just chilling on his couch at home.
Alors mon grand,
And it
qu'est-ce
was
qui t'arrive?
I was just relaxed, you know, and
Yeah.
just I feel like I played better.
Okay, so gentlemen,
Il parle pas, il est
we're
muet,
gonna
ton
be heading
pote?
off to some different sites around the city. We're going to go to Washington Square Park, so let's go and check it out.
Peut-être qu'il a chaud aussi. Il parle pas ton pote Blax?
Bah je sais pas.
C'est qui Hulk GTA?
Bah c'est...
Before it's pretty scary. So it's where you can play without even talking. You guys know what you're gonna do. That's like a team like that's gonna win. So
What you guys are going to experience this weekend, this is the first Fortnite World Cup. You're going to be playing for millions of dollars potentially. Has that even set with you guys yet?
even if it's not me, I'm thinking there's gonna be millionaires after this tournament that nobody know about, and they could just blow up off of this.
All right, I'm going to dive more into that, but I think it's time to get a slice of pizza.
Purée. Allô? T'as demandé un ami?
I kept telling people, hey, I want to get a slice of pizza with you. You know, all the players, and they all ignored me. You know? So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this has been an incredible journey for you all. You're now on the precipice of one of the biggest events in the history of all competitive gaming.
I'm happy that it was a fair chance for everybody, you know, open qualifiers.
Yeah.
You could have no exposure to the tournament, so I'm just really thankful to be here, and I'm going to enjoy my time here.
Yeah, and we just try to like make our fans happy. I'm really looking forward to play on the stage in front of 100,000 people.
Do you feel like the fans and how they've been supporting
Hello,
you on
Ryan.
this road to this, do you feel like that adds a little bit to this pressure?
Honestly, it's just more support for me. I feel more like happy to be here when there's all these people.
T'as quoi contre les gens qui s'appellent Ryan?
Other players. Fortnite's grown so much, and I just can't wait to see all like the crowd, and I know it's gonna get bigger and bigger every event. So,
Fellas, best of luck at the Fortnite World Cup this weekend. Seriously, nothing but the best for you, but we're in the thick of things here in New York. So I think we gotta get some more pizza. You guys down? New York's got everything, and this weekend, most important.
Bah non, mais il s'est mu juste parce que t'étais là, je pense.
Now that these two have had their slice, let's see how they handle the competition.
Né comme moque.
T'es un gros bâtard.
Good guy, golden boy. You gotta love him.
Ah, il s'est remis. Parce que dès que t'as quitté, il a dit né comme moque.
Get some pizza and just tour New York. You love to see it. You love to see it. Now, guys, there is actually.
Oh mais Ryan, genre, de quoi t'as dit quoi?
Oh, né comme moque.
Oh mais dès que t'es parti, il a redit Nikomouk.
Thank you, my friend. I've got Nix and PFZen here.
Oh mais Ryan, genre t'as peur de lui ou quoi?
Dominating in the last few weeks, especially where the solos and the duos are concerned, being the first Brazilian player to qualify.
Bah alors pourquoi il t'a insulté en message et puis là il...
That the two of you share as partners.
Ah mais Ryan, pourtant au collège il fait le beau, genre c'est pas une tapette et tout, genre.
Eu e o PFzinho costuma jogar bem agressivo e tentar pegar o máximo de eliminação possível.
PFZ and I, we try to play as aggressively as possible and get as many eliminations
En quoi, au
as
jeu,
we can.
à Fortnite?
As you should in the name of Battle Royale, right? Now, PFZen, you seem to balance out the fiery kind of loose cannon nature of Nyx, who is obviously a dominant player.
Au collège, il dit il a peur de personne.
For a solid end game, what's it been like to work with such a young and fiery player like Nyx?
PFzinho, você parece que você consegue contrabalançar o estilo bem incendiante do Nyx.
Não, ele é pas.
Como é que é isso para você fazer esse lado mais
De toute façon, il peut se passer des photos de lui.
balanceado da dupla?
Basicamente eu tenho uma role
Dès que tu vas partir, vai se démute.
E ele vai na frente. Quando a gente tem o high ground, por exemplo, ele tem a função de basicamente é um lado mais estratégico, enquanto ele é o lado mais
Pourquoi tu te mutes quand il est là, gros?
Hein?
Pourquoi tu te mutes quand il est là?
Pour le faire chier. En plus, je l'ai mute lui-même, du coup, je n'entends pas ce qu'il dit en fait. Parce qu'après, ça fait chier sur le live. C'est chiant. J'aime pas. J'entends sa voix de merde, frère.
W key in a West that I play on all the time. That really, just got me cranking my 90s.
Je me mute parce qu'il y a ma mère, des fois, genre, elle parle et tout, et j'ai pas envie qu'on entende, tu vois, dans le chat. Dans le live. Du coup, à chaque fois, je me mute là, toutes les secondes, vu qu'elle me parle.
He's just found the chicken parmesan. Someone whispered the word and he went running. You just see it.
Ouais, le troisième game, elle commence quand par contre en fait?
Chatted with Nyx very quickly. He walked up and was like, "Hi, I'm Nyx," and I'm thinking this guy knows how to talk. So I talked a bunch of stuff, told him much I loved him. Turns out he didn't understand any of it.
Bah, il allait jouer ton pote.
But that's how things go. Now, of course, guys, I know what you want. You want more games.
T'as dit quoi?
Ton pote, il allait jouer?
Qui?
Je sais pas, c'est ton pote, je sais pas ce qu'il dit. Falcon. Ouais, Falcon.
Oui.
Oh, la musique de la troisième game, mon pote. Tu vois le mec qui fait le DJ là, c'est lui qui change la musique. Tu sais, les remixes, genre du floss et tout. Bah c'est lui.
Ouais.
All right, huge shout out to DJ Mike Realm, spinning the ones and twos here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Golden Boy alongside Masadiface, Boricua Boys back at it again, looking to bring you the fun as we have games 3 and 4 on deck. And so far, this has been one of the most exciting events I've ever been to. That game 1 was ridiculous. Game 2 did not disappoint as well, Monster.
No, it didn't. I thought for a second there we're going to see back-to-back performances from Zay and Sap. And I mean, we honestly did. Everyone that was in the top 10 contestant, even Miz and Deidre, they were performing. We saw them cut it all the way through. And it's that level of consistency that's going to cut the difference in making it all the way through the top 10 and being a World Cup winner.
What I've loved seeing is that standings page, top 10. International through and through. You got the Japanese players popping off, European players popping off, players from New Zealand. Everyone's putting in.
T'es là, Ryan?
Yes.
It's now time for game
Allez, ta mère,
number 3. The players are all loaded up in the battle bus, and we are about to take off. Let's see who's going to get that much closer to raising the trophy and being your Fortnite World Champions of Duos. Here we go.
Keep it going, Golden Boy, because we are jumping into game 3 as these cameras populate. Your favorite competitors are here. They've made it this far. It's the duo competition. If you were nervous before, hopefully they kicked the bucket over this little break here, and they're back and they're recuperating.
I know I practically kicked the bucket after Vinny and Zetro won game 2, man. I was feeling it, man. It was nuts. And there they are on your screen. So the drop for the bus here, it's going to be a north to south one going right over that ice biome. It's going to cut pretty much center of the map there. And Vinny and Zextro, I'm very happy that they're performing this well, Monster. This is a duo that had so much success. Even going into the World Cup qualifiers, we all were like, yeah, this is a duo that definitely should make it. This is a duo that, hey, they could even win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then tragedy struck as Zextro had a few problems with you know, arthritis and different things with his hands. And I'm make sure I'm getting that right. And I'm just bummed out about that. Good to see them here showing up, man. That's huge.
I mean, that's what you expect of veterans, specifically Zextro, Vinny. They go back to as many of the LAN tournaments that. In here we have UN KVB. He's gonna close enough, and this is a battle going down in Snobby. That's actually gonna be our first elimination.
T'es là?
Ouais. Ah. Scram a tué Yu Yang. T'es là ou quoi?
Ouais, sauf que moi ça bug. Du coup je vais relancer.
Ah ouais.
Je suis au truc de pizza.
C'est peut-être à cause de ton live, gros.
Peut-être, mais c'est pas grave, ça bug genre quelques fois. Donc ça va.
Sky Vato, on les a pas trop vus. Hein.
Ouais, non, mais ils ont rien fait. Hein. Sky Vato, Hero Sneakov. Tous les Français ils ont rien fait à part Hydra et Gomis. C'est les deux.
Ouais.
Tu sais que c'est les deux que je pensais qu'ils allaient faire le moins de trucs, même s'ils sont grave chauds.
Ouais.
Même s'ils sont grave chauds, je pensais que c'est eux les.
Qualify as hard as you can.
Bah c'est mute. Je crois qu'il a peur de toi. Oh mais vas-y, quand il rejoint un coup genre ah bah Vato il est mort, j'ai vu.
Ah ouais?
Quand il te rejoint un coup, parle-lui genre tu dis ça va petit enculé genre et après tu te mutes.
Mais je l'ai pas entendu, je l'entends pas.
Mais démute-le.
Là je peux pas le démute. Là pour l'instant.
Après tu le démutes et genre t'arrives tu dis ça va petit enculé. Et puis après tu te mutes.
Ouais, mais le problème, c'est que si je le démute là, ça va encore bugger, ça va être chiant.
Attends, je vais lui envoyer un message.
Tu veux lui envoyer quoi? Ça sert à rien de chercher les embrouilles pour rien. Bon, après, c'est lui qui cherche, il cherche s'il veut. Qui vienne, ma boys. Ah là 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 là. J'aime pas, tu sais, quand il y a des gens, ils parlent derrière leur tel, mais quand t'arrives en face, pas la même. Et au fait, salut à la personne qui est sur le live. N'hésite pas à like. Et à t'abonner si c'est pas encore fait.
Allô?
Yes. Yes, je suis là.
7 SSK7.
Désolé si ça bug, les gars.
T'es un Sky de bateau, ça pue. Hein. Moi qui les disais favoris.